All right, so let's talk. First things first, everyone who's ordered patches, everyone who's gotten scales, tritium screws, whatever the fuck, all that shit's being taken care of. I'm just waiting for it to get to me and then making it so that it's, dead to nuts. And I first off, I want to thank you guys who've entrusted me with your cash. Um, all your stuff is there. It just needs to be put in bags and shit like that. Um, um, I'm getting messages, so I might laugh in the middle of this, but I just want to do a State of the Union, um, and I have to throw the caveat: I'm not Mick, I'm not Marissa. I mean, I wish I was Marissa. Let's all be honest. Everyone does. I'm not Josh. I'm not Forrest. I'm not any of the old school guys who've been around, longer than I've been alive. I am at best a super fan, for many reasons. Paramountly because the community and the type of people. I joined the USN 5 years ago today. I was a sophomore in college. I was coming home from the bar. I shouldn't have been at the bar, and I was watching YouTube videos and going like, what the fuck's a USN? And I signed up. I still am using my school email, and that was the first foray into the knife world. And the first thing I ever said was, and I remember this too, is, I'm never gonna own a fucking Strider. Fuck that group. Fuck this shit. Fuck that. Right? And now I got this. So, in those 5 years, a lot has happened. A lot has changed, and a lot of perspective has been given, especially to that 19-year-old kid. Let's say that. That being said, in the last year or so, we'll go 2 years, right? There's been a lot of flopping and general lack of. I don't want to use the word yet because I'm going to segue into that. Basically, there's just a lack of awareness when dealing with stuff, which is fine. There's a lot of people coming in. There's a lot of new people to the hobby. There's a lot of people getting back into things, which is cool, right? If you're part of the family, that's awesome. I'm always. I am the worst at replying, and ask Evan about this. Evan knows that I will leave him on red, more than some of the Tinder dates I've had. That being said, I'll try to get back to you. But you have to understand that people's time is valuable. So I'm not going to name names, but when you ask me if you scale swap, is my warranty voided? I'm going to call you some nice, not nice words and send you to the Blue Line Gear frequently asked questions page. And you can read that, and then reread that, and then read it one more time. And if your question has not been answered, then you can ask someone like me or someone who's way more versed in any of this stuff than I am. Because at the end of the day, I've really only been into Strider since I want to say 2016. December 2016 is when I got my first one. So it took me 2 years, and I had no idea any of the nomenclature. Still, I don't know most of the nomenclature, and that's a good thing because it gives it a little more fun, right? There's always something new to learn or another trick to understand. So when you're asking people, redundant questions like, oh my god, my pivot is stuck, what should I do? And there's 37 and a half videos on how to do that, or, 4 or 5 years of people going, you stick that bitch under a blowtorch and let the blue Loctite melt, it's okay. And it's understandable if you're a new member. If you're a member who's been around, everyone has bad days, and you're allowed to mess up. When you're habitually messing up, that's when it's a problem. It's and with the whole situation that's been going on, I'll say the last year and a half. It really started with Shanison for me because he's up on that wall somewhere. That was. Here's my thing with that. It was under the guise of a kid trying to get back into the world, from whatever he was dealing with, and trying to be a positive member of the community, which you can't fault the guy for trying in that. The execution and everything after that was, as we say, absolute dog shit, and that's why he's got the big black thumb going into his mouth. You know, I've been on the receiving end of shenanigans. I've given shenanigans. That's just kind of how the Strider world works. It's a big It's a bunch of crazy fucks in one room, ball busting. And if you're not super comfortable with who you are or super comfortable with where you are in the world, you do get a little butthurt, and that's fine. And me coming from the USN, when it comes to admins and stuff like that, Josh, and let me say this, when I mean the family itself, I'm including Josh because he pretty much is a Strider at this point. When Josh says something, period, the end. Hey, I don't want that on our patch. Cool, say no more, right? His word is gospel. Then we're going to the USN, and a lot of those old school admins who've been around since '04, if those guys, go, hey, don't fucking do that. You just do not do that shit. You stop doing it, and you go, okay, I know who I am in the world. I will remove myself. So, though the title isn't official in the group, when I'm a member of any group that Josh Lee runs, Jason and Johnny JF are period the end. When they say something, it's not blind allegiance. It's the guys have been admins for combined longer than I've been alive, and on many forums, might I add. So and they're human and they'll make mistakes and they'll be the first to admit it. However, when they're doing stuff or when they say something, a casual fan like myself literally stops everything I'm doing and listens to those guys because you have to understand who you are in the world, and that's okay. I'm in the grand scheme of things of the Strider world, I am the pimple on the ass of the Horcat to give you a visual. So having, how should I say this? Having no fucking feel and no understanding of what's going on is the worst fucking thing you can do. And I'm not going to name the name because fuck that guy dead. Everything he's done in these last, I'll say 6 to 7 months, has been abhorrent, intolerable, and quite frankly disappointing. And I partially blame myself in that. I should have seen this earlier. I had a friend, I talked to that guy for about 25 minutes, and we're in a hotel room in Santa Fe, and my buddy and my roommate goes, dude, why the fuck are you talking to that asshole? Well, what do you mean? I just want to bullshit about the crap. He goes, that guy is so full of shit that I wouldn't fucking he goes, I wouldn't throw a bag of dog shit at that guy because it's just not worth the time. So how do I want to segue with it? Understanding your place in the world. So do I have a crazy collection? No, I don't. I have some cool stuff and stuff that I love. I'll get to that in a bit. There's guys with amazing collections whose knowledge far surpasses mine and what it will ever be. And conversely, there's guys with only 2 Striders who have pried doors open and saved people's lives. And those guys are equally valuable. Every member is equally valuable. That's the point, is that having a community where you can bullshit about knives with a fucking wiener on it really goes a long way. And when a casual fan like myself sees someone pretty much shit on the community as a whole and totally disrespects the whole understanding of where they are in the world, I'm not a happy camper. And I can imagine a lot of you aren't happy campers. And I've been pretty mute on this. I've tried to refrain myself from it. And to be honest, like I said, I'm only really into the world almost not even 3 years. So I really didn't even want to make this video, to be honest. However, that being said, when someone takes money from Ivy's family and we allow how about this? We'll say it's plausible that some of his items have been floating up for sale, which is fine. Again, I reference my friend. I wouldn't throw a bag of dog shit at that dude. Because the lack of feel and the lack of awareness of who you are in the world cannot be any more overstated. That you cannot throw, here's what I'm going to say. You can't throw 30 G's around and pretend you're cool, right? I'm going to use coarse bullpen language right now. It looked like a fucking faggot. And I'll die by saying that. And my Northeast use of that word is to say that you're a fucking moron. All right, you can't buy cool. There's guys out there, like I said, who have two knives, two Striders, and I know quite a few of them, just through USN and a couple messages and stuff like that. Those guys are literally kicking down doors and dusting people who threaten our way of life. And those guys to me mean the fucking world. It's the only guys like that, people like that who are sacrificing their time, to allow me to throw fucking rocks for a living. That means the world. And when guys send me messages, those are the first guys you respond to, because those guys are the reason we get to have all this fun shit. So you trying to buy cool, you trying to look cool in the in crowd, um, makes you look like a fucking tool, to be honest. Um, and mind you, I'm the dude who has fucking Elmo on his wall. This is the knife I'm going to be known for the rest of my life, and I'm cool with it because it's part of the family. It's part of fun. And there's a fun component. There's a serious component. And when you check off all the boxes that take all the fun away and make everything super serious, and claim the things you claimed, you know, it makes a lot of people fucking mad. It makes a lot of people mad. It makes a lot of people upset. And it just hurts the community. Now, that being said, not to go on too much of a rant, we also do a lot of fucking good in this community. Especially in the last couple of weeks. And that's why, I'll still stick around. I'll always be around. Maybe the focus will change from more on the keeping and memeing to making some stuff, as you guys see. It's the off season is really tough because can't get a manual labor job because my career ends if I drop a cinder block on my big toe. I'm picking up odd end jobs, keeping myself busy because, my how I'm wired. For the last 9 months, it was, get home at 12, go to sleep at 4, wake up at 9 or earlier, and then just go to the ballpark. And when you're in that element, it's really hard to adjust back into the world, so to speak. Even in fucking baseball, which, mostly, I'll be honest, like, it's work. It's a lot of fun, but it is work. So being a part of this community and having the fun that I do, I feel like I'm in the bullpen, and that's awesome. So when we got guys drinking beer in the bullpen or, flirting with dudes' sisters in the bullpen, who are talking to fans and just not understanding who they are in the world, or moving when a line drive is hit at them, guys like myself are not going to be fucking happy. So when a lot of the good stuff is being done, do more of the good shit, help dudes out, give bro deals. Stop selling voided warranty knives for $1,000. You're not going to retire to Boca selling other people's shivs. I'm sorry. And if you do, awesome, but at the same time, it comes off totally non-genuine. It totally looks like you're in it for, the money, which everybody can see from a mile away. It's fine, but it's kind of shitty. I'm sorry, it's just kind of shitty. And you can say the same thing about me with the Elmo shit, but, ask any... I can rattle off a list of about 10 to 15 names of guys who have Elmo patches, probably more, who are downrange or deployed or go on patrol with that little fucker on their chest. That's what it's really for. And then the collectors who just have fun with it. It's a fun little thing. And mind you, that patch helped a dude out who needed an operation. So, and that's not me, that's the community. So when the community is doing really awesome, a lot more people are going to get involved and a lot more fun's going to be had. Right now, everybody's asshole is so tight that you can't stick a cat hair in there. And that's not fun. So that being said, I want to regale you with this story. I graduated, so 2017 I graduated college, got a couple looks from some teams, and I thought I blew out my ulnar collateral ligament, which is your UCL in your right arm. Pretty much meant Tommy John. That's what I thought. That's what the Phillies told me. It wasn't that. It was a flexor mass strain, so I got lucky. And that's when I had the GB. I just got the GB, and I got entered into the old group, the OG group in OG. 2017, July 2017. I was trading somebody a DBL and 3V that I beat the shit that Evan now has for just a regular DB. Trey sold that knife, got the GB, which is, here we go. Oh god, this is going to be a long one. It's right here. This GB frame lock. There's so much fun shit about this GB frame lock that a lot of guys at the shows have talked about. This has been with me. It will be with me forever. Got this sheath recently. This knife got me back into the Strider world after I sold my stuff. A year, so worked out all that off season, you know, bought and sold a couple, got the Mamba, up Z-Wear, double gunner grip, SMF, Tonto, and that whole year I beat the shit out of that knife and this GB. So I had two knives. The season came around. I'm a year out of college. I've always had, you know, some things, you know, little tweaks and whatever. Halfway through my season, shit started going south. Like, I mean, like, it's 100 degrees out and, you know, my arm is going cold. For any of you smart people, that means nerve impingement, which is no bueno, Poppy. It is no good, especially being, you know, this is the most important thing on me. This thing gets me in a lot of trouble. This thing's all fucked up. This thing is the money maker. I got very lucky with the people I'm associated with, so I got to go to NYU Medical and get tested there. So 3D motion capture of biomechanics means they see my body and how I move in 1,000 frames per second in 3 dimensions. Should have cost me more than the Horcat, but I got very, like I said, very lucky with the people I know. And they're doing tests or whatever, and one of them goes, it's, you know, 7 in the morning on a Saturday, you know, hey, are you good? Like, do you feel lightheaded or dizzy? Nah, I feel fucking tired. You know, I'm a little out of it. Why the fuck do you say that? Well, you see here, you got a blood clot. Ow. Okay, well, it's in your neck. Okay. It's a 95% clot. Oh. Okay. So that means, yeah, you're a dead man walking. 23 years old, 95% blood clot, right there. Didn't even know it. Didn't even feel it. Whatever. You know, memes with Elmo. So I redid a few things. You know, when you get told that you're supposed to be dead, and you don't get to say goodbye to the people you want to say goodbye to, shit gets real really quick. And mind you, I'm usually a happy dude. Use a lot of expletives, but usually a happy dude. That threw me for a loop, especially being 23. And having the community, not so much that, not that it's there, but it was there and helpful to allow me to process through that, and give me some fun when I was having no fun. So, ergo, enter, first time ever, Strider Tiger. So, what the fuck does this have to do with a blood clot? Well, you see, swinging a Horcat, you know, throwing a ball, throwing a javelin, hitting a ball rather. It's all the same motion, right? That's pretty much what kinematic sequence is. It's how efficient and how good are you at accepting force, giving force, and then putting force back. Your boy here is really good at at holding force and accepting force. He's not good at giving it back. He likes shit. He likes keeping on to that force, so he has to learn to let go of that. So, I was telling Jay this. This knife here, and moreover, this trainer, was the thing that broke up that clot. Because it refined my movement. If you can swing this thing without looking like a buttfuck retard, you could probably throw a ball pretty good. And that's what I did for an entire off season. And this knife has been with me every single day for a year straight. A year straight tomorrow. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And it's the second time a tiger has happened to me. But both of them are the best things ever. This thing is a glorified boomerang penis of doom. It is so fucking unwieldy and useless that the man himself has said it's a giant piece of shit. DB has gone on to state that the cardboard cutout had caused him to say, how the fuck are you going to grind this piece of shit? This piece of shit saved my life. And it gave me purpose again when I probably didn't have any purpose. So the Horcat jokes and people having the bottle openers and the patches to come soon, you guys just see it as a meme, and it kind of is. I see it as the thing that saved my life and got me back into actively being a member of the community and having a newfound vigor and newfound respect for it. Because without this fucker, you guys don't have knives that fold. Sorry. And it's going to be with me every day. And it'll be the knife that goes in the box with me. And Satan, because, because of what it gave me and what it gave me a new purpose. It gave me a new outlet. It just changed my perspective. So that's why when I go to shows or get-togethers, it's always on me. You guys get to take pictures and stuff like that. And there's a couple other stories that I want to keep in person. They mean a little more when I tell them that way. So the tiger is me. It's my knife. It's and fuck, we even got Mick calling it a Horcat. So I think we won as a community. So having that. So to segue back, when I moved out to Cali, and I brought it with me, it gave me time and space away from where I was at, and the community helped me out there too. I was working a job, I was working at the facility, still getting ready for my season, and the patches and the shit like that helped things keep afloat. So that I was paying my rent, I was putting gas in the car, food on the table for myself, and still training every day, and and for a little fun money here and there, we did a patch run, or helping a guy find a knife or something like that, because when you're in the business of throwing rocks, there's a lot of people who throw rocks. There's a lot of people who throw rocks really good. There's a lot of people who throw rocks better than I. There's also a lot of people who throw rocks way shittier than me. When I come home from a tough game where I hit the Bulls mascot 5 times because my sinker moves like a fucking wiffle ball, the last thing I want to do is watch video on me throwing a sinker really shitty. I want to talk about these things. I want to see your guys smiling faces, with your new stuff, or doing the hilarious crap. I mean, fucking Justin chopped a 3/16 inch, nope, correction, 1/8 inch nail in half with a Dwyer CD1 BBN. We need more shit like that. We need more people, making scales and making customizing lock bar stabilizers and making sheaths and all that fun stuff, because it's a community outlet for a lot of us, and that's why I take this so seriously, and yet at the same time not. So when we have glorified cockholes fucking it up for everybody, I get a little incensed. Because this thing has been with me. This thing kept my shoulder healthy. This thing, reminds me of a very special lady. I'll be honest. I'm not going to talk about that now. That'll be for another time. So when we dick around in the community and we do not follow the original rules that kind of keep us all in line because we're all fucking insane, I'm not going to be a happy camper. And I try to be happy-go-lucky for most of the time. I'm not the Yeti. I am not JF. I am not Jay. I am not Josh. I'm not Rick. I'm not Marissa. I'm not Forrest. I'm none of those people. I'm me. And I just try to be the best Kyle I can be every day. Sometimes it's not great. Sometimes it's really good. I just want everyone to be brutally honest with themselves. It's okay if you're not super into the community. It's fine. And you could have crazy cool shit. Again, you could be super into community and own one fucking knife. Or the Buck Strider collabs. Don't fucking matter. If you're passionate about the community and the brand, and moreover the people. And that's why I stick around. The people make this so much more fun. So when we got a glorified fuckhole fucking around and making some big boy claims and definitely can't cash it, I'm not saying I would feel bad if they got both barrels, if you catch my drift. Even me, if I fuck up or I'm doing wrong, give me both barrels. It's fine. It's a self-policing thing. Because there's a lot going on. And if the community self-polices itself, it won't have to get to JF or Jason or any of that. And that's kind of what I want to say. We have so we call it the K chord. I'm giving you guys the full rundown. We have a K court, right? And we call it the max fine, right? So, for example, right, if you're in the bullpen warming up, right, and you have two catchers, you have to understand that most of us are throwing above 90 miles an hour. If you haven't been to a game, it's not fun to catch if you know what this is. It also sucks when you got guys who are consistently mid-90s throwing at the same time. So, there's a lot of unwritten rules because you have to understand your place, right? So, for example, right, when I got moved up to San Raf, I was the 7th inning guy. The 8th inning guy threw 96 to 100, and our closer was a major leaguer. So, I'm the guy who warms up first. We get into a situation where I'm getting loose, and my manager, gets Eddie going. Eddie's our setup guy. Eddie and I looked at each other, nodded. Eddie threw a pitch, I threw a pitch. Eddie threw a pitch, I threw a pitch. And the situation came where I went into the game. Eddie was warming up still for the 8th, and another guy was getting ready for the 9th. And I'm on the mound. I'm in a game. This is a professional game, mind you. And Eddie's Dominican as fuck. If you don't know the Dominicans, or affectionately known as the Coños, you got to meet a few because they are something else, let me tell you. And I'm on the mound, and throw a strike, get the ball back, and then I just hear, "Chinga tu madre!" And Eddie just motherfucking this guy. And I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? Get out of the inning, walk down, walk to my manager, and then walk to my pitching coach. And I go, "Peggy, what the fuck was Eddie yelling about?" He goes, "Papi, it's a long season. They threw the ball at the same time. It hit the catcher." So the guy warming up and Eddie threw a ball at the same time, and that fucks with the catchers. And you have to understand the catchers make pitchers look way better than they are. And the ball hit one of the catchers because he was worried that the other one was going to hit him. Because the bullpen mounds are pretty close and the plates are pretty close. And you have to understand, us pitchers, we love our catchers when they're doing good for us. And we only had 3. So we had 2 two backups and 1 main. And the guy who got hit is pretty much a human tank, and he just went ow. But it's the lack of understanding, the negligence that really pissed Eddie off. Colombo getting hit is whatever, but the lack of respect that was given to that situation is what pissed Eddie off, because you just will not do that stuff. Same thing in BP. If you're a pitcher shagging balls and there's a starting outfielder, and a starting outfielder is moving around you, and you say, "I got it," and he goes, "No, I got it," you either stand still or back up to the left or right. Again, are you going to be the guy who knocks over your starting center fielder who's an all-star? I will not be that guy. Not because it has to do with saving face for me. It has more to do with understanding who I am on the team. So again, you have to understand who you are in the community. Once you understand who you are in the community, you can have a lot more fun. And it's just defining yourself better, and it makes the community better. So again, when we got guys who are just kind of going Wild West on us, we kind of got to self-police. And I'll say that the shotgun meme is exactly that. If you're going to complain about some dumb shit like, "Oh, I got lock stick on my new Strider," or, "Oh man, I don't know, the pivot's a little tight," I'm going to tell you to take it out back and old yeller the bitch. Just put a 12-gauge slug in it and send the parts to me. I will get the knife fixed. You want to know why? Because it's going to save you the heartache. It's a folding tool. If it's brand new, you have to break it in. If there's a little stuff wrong with it, send it in. But if you can take your a T10 and a 3/16 Allen key and fix it, fucking fix it. If you do not know how to self-maintenance your tools, you should not fucking own these knives. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Any other thing mechanical, yes, you can pay you can pay other people to get it fixed. That's fine. Don't screech in the group, "Meh, how do I fix this?" when there's been a decade's worth of people going through the same shit you've gone through, and you've just decided to go, "Oh, I am so important that I have to fucking ask the people in the group to stop every fucking thing that they're doing to fix my problem." You sound like an asshole. I'm sorry. I don't care if I've known you for 5 years. You sound like a fucking asshole. You didn't do any research. You didn't take any time out of your day to go, maybe I should look this up elsewhere before looking like an asshole in the group. The group is here as a mini USN. That's the best way I could describe it. If you guys aren't on the USN, you're missing out. If you don't want to be a part of the USN, that's fine. However, there are rules. There are unwritten rules. If you do not know the unwritten rules, that is okay. If you make mistakes and get maxed fine, that's okay. You make them once and you learn. If you fucking habitually make them, I'm going to literally come to your house and beat you up with the trainer. Don't care. I'll kick you in the nuts too. And if you don't have nuts, well then I'll just do one of those and go the other way because testicular cancer sucks. All I'm saying is that in this long form rant for 30 minutes, wow, I'm pretty impressive. All I'm saying is that understand who you are, respect the space, and contribute. Do bro shit. Send guys bro knife prices. Help guys out when they need help. I like the helping out of dudes. Do I want to make it every fucking week? No. However, special cases are special. I appreciate guys reaching out for advice and stuff like that. However, if you're asking me trade values, I'm going to tell you to shoot it with a shotgun. If you send me pictures of knives and go, is this a clone? And it says Kevin John on it, I will tell you to fuck your mother. I'm sorry. I'll just tell you that. Because it's not so much your lack of... It's your lack of understanding that you're wasting people's time when you ask questions like that. Unless it's something super crazy or super out there, it takes 36.9 seconds in Google to usually find the answer. If you can't find it on Google, ask one of the guys who are around a lot, even if it's me. If I don't know the answer, I will try to help and find the answer. And if I can, and if after that it's not there, shoot it with a shotgun. It's not worth finding that answer. So just I like where the group is now, where everything's on pause. Everyone's kind of taking a break. Everyone's relaxing from what just happened. This is me. There's a saying, you can never go home, which is fine. However, I would like to recapture that old sense of the group. Where, yeah, the same 150 people will post, and then all of a sudden 600 people come out of nowhere when there's a giveaway. Which is fucking suspect, you fucking creeps. However, that being said, contribute. I want to see people who don't post. I want to see people who are hiding away some cool stuff with some cool stories. I miss story time. I miss DB story time. I will not miss, voided warranty knife for over $1,000, or what do I got here after they got it from the recent drop, or man, I can't get my gunner grips all black. What should I do? We're gonna have to call it. We're gonna have to go back to the old days and start calling people, fucking retards again. Even me, I'm cool with that. If you want to put me on blast, fine. At least you're contributing and at least you're posting. Because nothing incenses me more than the people who show up for giveaways after not posting. Even if it's just I'll name a name. Tony, right? Tony's in the group. I talk to him pretty regularly. He's not the best at taking pictures. We all know Tony's tableside pictures. That guy fucking loves this community because it gives him something to do. It's an outlet. And, even if even a comment like, hey, that's a cool pic, or wow, that's such a cool knife. Him participating even in that little way means the world. Even an extra little fucking like for people's crazy stuff. Just contribute a little bit more and you'll be surprised what people will do. Trying to retire to Boca off of other people's knives, the community's going to go, fuck that, or I'm not going to do that shit, fuck that. You could say that about Uncle Lance. Uncle Lance is literally going to a shop and bending out pocket clips. And now, because he's done such a damn good job with the pocket clips, they're going to be on the ATACs, S&Gs. That's badass. That's the stuff we need. We need more stuff like that. Because the more the community contributes, the more the guys and gal who make the knives contribute. And make it a little more special for a lot of us. So, I'm saying that just because there's no official Hammer Swingers, they're still there. They're just waiting to get Stormbreaker. And when they get Stormbreaker, y'all fucked. I'm just saying that right now. Y'all fucked. So, guys selling Benchmates in the group, guys not shipping knives on time, guys selling other people's knives and shit like that. Like, let's have a grace period and then let's just stop. We'll call it. We'll give it to the end of the week. No, fuck that. We'll end it right now. Because me putting this video up means something has gone totally wrong. To the point where I had to say something, and I like posting gifs of Elmo. So, if you guys got any questions, you know who I am, you know where to message me. I'll probably tell you to fuck off, but that's part of it. All right, talk to you guys soon, and fucking Horkat it up. Yeah.